Hi everyone, this is Susan Townsend, and I am here again in my favorite, I'm going to call it my favorite walking meditation spot, because when I'm walking I have all kinds of really great revelations and thoughts and things. So one thing that I wanted to share with you is that I've been doing a lot of thinking lately about old memories and beliefs and things that I have been holding on to. And now that I'm an adult, kind of taking another look at them and working them through. So as an example, I was remembering lately, probably just because the weather is nice, a time when I was about 11 or 12 years old and I fell asleep in the sun. And when I woke up, I had this tremendously awful, very painful sunburn. I'm very fair-skinned, and so that's not hard to do, but this was like epically bad sunburn. And I remember I went back to my friend's house and called my mother because I wanted her to come and pick me up and take me home and, you know, care for me because I was in such pain. And she couldn't. She was annoyed with me. I remember her being, you know, kind of angry and telling me that I was just going to have to walk home. And so I did. I walked home. So here's a couple of things that now that I'm an adult, I'm sort of taking a look at. So number one is now that I'm an adult, I can step back from that memory and look at it from an adult's perspective and apply a little bit of understanding and logic to the situation. So my side of it was I was in pain and I wanted mom to come and take care of me. If I try and take a look at, what was probably my mother's perspective, here she was, a working mother, and her daughter calls her in pain and crying and, wanting her to come, take me home. And she probably couldn't, she was at work and she probably just couldn't get up and leave work and take care of me. So with that probably comes a lot of mommy guilt. And if you're a working mother, you know exactly what I mean by mommy guilt. Her daughter was in pain and frustrated and sad. And so it was probably frustrating for my mom too. And all of that goes along with that, like, why didn't I have sunblock on? And, where was the adult that was taking care of me? And, she couldn't just get up and leave work and take care of me. So I'm trying to take a look at it from what was probably my mother's perspective. So again, stepping back and sort of separating the emotion of the experience from what the experience probably was from my mother's perspective. The other thing I'm taking a look at is I never shared this experience with my mom. I never shared my views and my side of it with her. And so that was my choice. My mother has passed on and I don't have the opportunity now to, share this with her. And I didn't share this with her because I didn't want to disappoint her. I didn't want to hurt her feelings. And it was my choice, exactly, to not ever talk about this or any of the other, frustrations that I've had growing up. So if you find yourself with childhood memories that are painful like that or disappointing, or a relationship situation where you were let down by the other person, now that you're an adult, try and step back and apply some understanding now that you're an adult, and some logic. Try and look at it from the other person's perspective. What was their side of the situation? And if you have never taken the chance to discuss it with them, that's your choice. That's your decision. If the opportunity to ever discuss this with the person has ceased to be because either they're no longer with us or that relationship is closed off, then you own that decision that you never talked about it with them. And let it go. I mean, I know it sounds really easy, but why choose to hold on to a feeling or a memory that is painful and there's no chance to resolve it? So allow yourself to let that memory and those feelings go and no longer let that hold you captive. I want to be free from all of that stuff. And if you'd like to be free from those feelings of disappointment, then apply these steps. Step back from the situation Look at it from your side. You know, you were a child. What was your thinking back then? And what's your thinking now that you're as an adult and looking at it from kind of an objective perspective? What was the other person's situation? What was the reality of their situation? And choose either to handle it or to let it go. You can't let it just keep you captive. So these are my thoughts today, hoping that you find freedom and some sort of nugget of goodness in this. And I will speak with you all soon. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.